Hi, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Alright, so I'm just going to read this scripture real quick before I drive off. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and 23, and it reads, "In all labor there is profit, but the talk of the lips tendeth only to penury." And this is the NLT. Work brings profit, but mere talk leads to poverty. Alright, so this lesson was just inspired by, I was listening to some motivational messages by people, and one with this guy said the magic or breakthrough you're looking for is in the work you avoid. I've heard it a couple of times, and I didn't think much of it, but this time it just hit me. Cause when I heard it this time, all I can remember is the elder apostle Ramla. He's not just once or twice, but all the time he does a lesson and he titles it "Just Hit the Button," you know? And that got me thinking. I was like, oh snap. That's deep. So, Slaki, I may like pause a lot because I'm driving. Slaki. So, it hit me, and I was like, that's deep. You know, people want to be saved, of course. They want to be good during Jacob's trouble. But like, if you don't put the work in now, then you won't get that privilege. Ultimately, it's the Lord that decides your fate after all. But if you put in the work now, wholeheartedly, put in that discipline, you serve the Lord with all your might and strength right now, and you're consistent in doing that until He comes, then it's more than likely you're of the elect, because He, roughly paraphrased, there's a scripture that says, "He that endureth to the end shall be saved." So if you endure to the end, you know, believing in the Lord, doing His works, feeding the sheep, you're more than likely of the elect. And it's like, just hit the button, yeah. Just hit the button. There's no reason why. Look, there's 24 hours in a day. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost before anybody else. There's 24 hours in a day. You telling me you can't pick 5-10 minutes to do a lesson for the Lord? You don't even have to do a lesson every day, just like 2-3 times a week. You know, the rest of the time, you know, you read and study. So you should always have time for the Lord. Your life should revolve around the Lord and His truth. This truth shouldn't be a hobby. You know? It should be a number one priority. There's nothing more important than this truth. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because everything that happens on this planet, even your actions, your thoughts, all come from the Lord. So the Lord decides it all. You know? What is that? Even life and death. 1 Samuel 2:4, I believe. The Lord kills and make it for life. You know? The Lord controls it all. So it's like, you should always have time for the Lord. You know? Just hit the button. Just do the works. It's simple. The Lord isn't even asking for much. All you gotta do is eat the roll and feed the sheep. Feed the sheep. You know? The Lord isn't asking us to do some grievous work. So there should be no reason, there should be no excuse as to why we can't do what He's asking us to do. Work brings profit, right? The work we put in now, the profit we will get from it is salvation. The work we put in now is the food we will eat during the famine. The work we put in now is the protection we will get, the spiritual power we will get in the times of trouble coming soon. I could keep going. But mere talk leads to poverty. Yeah, you can talk all you want. Yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that. But you got to put in the work. See, just speaking, it's just speaking is lip service. You got to put in the work to make that lip service reality. Through your actions, you know? So I remember this was a while ago. I was talking to one of the brothers, and I always tell him I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And then he was like, don't tell me what you're gonna do, just tell me after it's done. And that made all the sense in the world, because I can tell him I'm going to do these things, but end up not doing it. But after I've done it, then he'll be more than glad to hear it, because I've done it. I thought something and was thought. It had to be done, you know? But yeah, that's all I had, The magic or breakthrough you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. You gotta do the work. Or else you won't get that breakthrough during Jacob's trouble. You won't get those miracles. You won't be a part of it, You will reap what you sow. If you don't put in work now, you will still reap what you sow. You didn't put in work, so why should the Lord save you in the times that are coming ahead, Faith without works is dead. But yeah, that's all I had. Lord willing, I was edifying to the elect. And until next time, Shalom.